chemistry today. Yes, everybody's favorite subject. Today we're going to keep it kind of short and sweet, almost a simple topic, but something that you're really going to need to know, and also really relates to real life. So today we're learning about elements, compounds, and mixtures. All right, the first and most simple one is the element. And I know we just spent a whole unit learning about it, learning about the periodic table, different names of elements, the elements that you're all really going to need to know. So the element is the most simple. An element, really, it's only one type of stuff. There's only one thing in an element. So they all look fairly uniform. If you're looking at an element, it'll all look the same. It won't be grainy. It won't have a lot of different colors. It'll be one thing. So the example would be a solid gold coin, an iron bar, all that. All right, the second one we're going to talk about is a compound, and it's slightly more complex. There is more than one element in there. It does still have the uniform look, though. It's all put together by bonds within, so it all makes one giant atom. So an example would be water. Water is all one thing. We talked about that a little bit. I know you all know about H2O, one of the most simple things we know about. You probably knew about that before you came into my chemistry classroom. The third one that we are going to talk about, the most complex, is a mixture. And there's more than one element, and it does not always have to look uniform. Sand is a mixture, Chex Mix is a mixture, lemonade is a mixture. Even though it does still have the one uniform look, you've got your water elements and you've got sugars and other different chemicals all in there. So now we are going to go and do a couple of examples. So the first example, Kool-Aid. We just talked about lemonade. What do you think Kool-Aid is?
Mixture.
What about calcium?
Element.
It's an element. Very good. There's only one thing we all know up in our giant imaginary periodic table. Calcium is one of the things we can find on there. What about sugar? Table sugar. Compound. Very good. What about tin? Element. Very good. Salt. The opposite of sugar. Compound. Does anybody know the chemical symbol for normal table salt? Yes, in the back.
NaCl.
Very good. One of my favorites. When I first learned it, I actually went home and wrote NaCl on the salt container in my parents' kitchen. So, kind of a science nerd. And what about soil? You go to plant something.
Mixture.
Very good. Can anybody think about, I want someone to give me one example of an element. Very good. One example of a compound that we haven't talked about before. Does anyone have any? What about when we breathe out? Carbon dioxide. And a mixture.
Cereal.
Oh, wake up. It's only 10 o'clock. Wake up. All right.
Thank you.